On the night of January 17th, we set our traps at our Fraser Street colony hoping for the best. That's when our handsome gray boy happened to walk into the trap. Seeing as he was very feral after thrashing so hard in the cage that he gave himself a bloody nose, our plans were simply to TNR. We sent him off to a clinic the next day. When he came back, we were shocked to see how severe of an upper respiratory he had. So severe that he could be heard breathing over the sound of my microwave. It didn't quite go as planned, and he happened to get out in the mix. Liz and I were absolutely terrified initially. He was, after all, a huge feral tomcat. But he simply jumped up and sat on the sink, looking absolutely pitiful. Looking like the Wolverine at the end of the movie Logan, we decided the name would be a perfect fit. This was also where we realized his indoor potential, as he willingly let us pet him. He never once flinched to the touch of our hands, hissed, growled, or showed aggression. So we decided to move him to a foster for socialization, but before that we had to take him to the vet for all of his ailments and to be snot tested. Vets at the Big Easy determined that he was about 5 years old, and on top of his infected neuter incision, abscessed wound, and URI, we were hit in the face with a positive feline leukemia ELISA test. Knowing the chances of a false positive, we immediately sent out a PCR test. Unfortunately, he couldn't go to his intended foster, so we moved him into my bathroom. While we waited for the results, we treated his various issues, hot compressing his arm and incision site twice a day. Throughout all of his treatment, though fearful, he remained so passive, allowing us to do what we needed to get him better. Towards the end of his treatment, we got the PCR results back, which confirmed for us that he was in fact FeLV positive. Of course, this diagnosis was disappointing, but we in no way were going to give up on him. After the diagnosis, I joined a few FeLV Facebook groups and immediately started researching. I learned that in many cases at shelters and rescues throughout the US, FeLV positive cats are euthanized upon a positive test. But here at Oakland TNR Coalition, we know better. That these cats deserve love and a chance at a forever home just like any other. New and up-to-date research shows that Feluke cats can live happy, healthy lives, just oftentimes with a shortened lifespan. So we decided to keep Logan in foster and to continue working on his socialization. Around mid-March, Logan left to a new foster with a double positive cat. This is where we found out that he absolutely adores other cats. Don't let this photo fool you. Resident foster Cheese Puff did not feel the same way, and sadly, after about 3 weeks, we made the tough decision to move him. By the time July rolled around, his pet finder profile had 1,300 views, and we received quite a few interest emails, but time and time again people turned away due to misconceptions about his FeLV diagnosis. Our hearts were heavy, worrying we would never find the perfect home for Logan. That's when a woman named Amy commented on his post asking how he was with cats and dogs. She was hoping that Oakland meant Oakland, Tennessee, but she seemed so perfect that I said to everyone, how crazy would it be to drive 11 hours to an adopter for Logan? That crazy idea turned into a reality when my parents generously offered to road trip with me to Tennessee. Amy applied, and within minutes of video chatting with her, I knew that we would never find a more perfect home for Logan. She has spent the last 6 years dedicating herself to FeLV positive cats, and we just knew that her home was where Logan was meant to be.